Alright, so in this video we're going to cover about the arrays, right? And in previous video we have seen about the loops and the conditions, right? And in core Java, arrays is also one of the um, important topics here. And this topic actually belongs to storing schemes, right? And when you have items to store, right? So in that case, we usually use array, right? So the structure of array is something like that. You can think of it this way, right? So suppose this is one-dimensional array. So there are many types of array. We will covering it, right? So this is one array, right? So when you define an array, like you say that you want to store 5 elements, right? 5 elements to store in this array, which is integer type, right? Suppose you want to store 2, 5, 3, 4, 6, right? So this will going to store this way 2, 5, 3, 4, 6. And actually why we are using array, right? So there is an alternate option that we are having is, so let's declare 5 variables. A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 5 and C is equal to 3 and so on. So you have to keep write these things, right? So by this way we can also solve this problem, but there are some applications, or you can say that some real world examples when you're solving. So you will see that this will not an effective solution. So for that purpose we got arrays. So arrays, you can think of it like this is a kind of container which contains homogeneous values, right? So you must have to remember that if you have homogeneous, right? Homogeneous means the same type of values. So if it is in type array, so you can only store values like 2, 5, 3, 4, 6, but not 5.3. This will not going to store here, right? And we will see whether it's stored or not in when we are looking at the examples. And also you cannot store the character value, right? So these things are not allowed. So you must have, if you want a character array, so you must have to declare the character array. So we're looking at how to declare the array, right? First question is how to declare it, then how to initialize this, right? And then looking at summing elements in arrays, how to sum the elements most basically used, right? So we need to sum the elements sometimes. Sometimes need to iterate the access the elements, right, with the help of loops. And since we have arrays, right, so to access that array there is one kind of loop which is enhanced for loop, and this is one interesting thing, and this solves lots of problems you will see. And then looking at multi-dimensional arrays. So let's look at the examples, right? Alright, so this is our project that we are doing, right? Yeah, one thing here I like to tell you what did I found it. So when you have to declare the name, right? So which is surname in documentation. So there is one keyword which is used here. Author. Sorry. I think this keyword is used, right? So this is a notation which is used. So basically they use these things, these symbols, right? You know, these things. This is called annotations, and when you go into the software documentation part, So you find these things, right? So let's look at the array. So we're covering the basics on it. In basics, let's declare a new class, right? A new class, let's make class of arrays. So this is a class array, right? And you know that the driver function public static name. Since we are not writing a big program, that's why I'm considering this or declaring the logistic name. So why is showing error? So modifier static not allowed here. You said that static is not allowed here, but um, if you have to guess the error, so what could you see here? What could you say there? So there is one thing is missing, which is void, right? Which is return type. The return type is going to be this. This is our problem, but saying that it's not allowed, right? So the compiler is actually confused, I think. Okay, I don't know. Problem is here. And how declare an array? Suppose you have to declare an array, and so this is how array is declared, right? Declaration of array, right? And if you have to initialize the array, or if you have to say that, just assume that we have to for, right? Okay, this is already defined, so you just say this array one, right? What problem is here now? So it says that the let's check this error first. Then yeah, actually we have to declare this as int 5, right? Yeah, so look at this. Now the problem is solved. So this is how you defining the size, right? Size definition of size, right? So this first one is actually how to define the array and the declaration, right? And this is definition when you have to take the values and the store the values, right? So in that case, we define the arrays. And if we have the values, right? Suppose, for example, so int4, remember that this int4 is not a data. This is the size of the array, right? So when I say this, so generally what we're going to have. Sorry, okay, I don't have to open this. I have to open this one. Right. So when I say this, so this means that we have got some kind of variable, right? Array, but no idea what the size is going to be, right? But when I say array one of size 4, this means it's going to block the size 4 of integer type, right? So all these will be integer type, and integer type is there is, I think that this is going to be, this is going to be um, 4 bytes. Okay, don't write there. 4 bytes, right? So generally integers are 4 bytes, and when if you are coming from C programming, then there is integer type 2 bytes, and the new compilers are also available, Clang and others, so they say that the integer type is 4 bytes. So not only discussion of these things, it's generally it will going to assign you the 4 blocks of 4 bytes, right? So where you will going to store the values, right? And now the interest one thing the one question arises, that suppose we have got these values, so how do we know that the position of these things, right? This is the obvious question, right? And that we must need to answer. So let's read this and let's make this thing work here, right? So why I'm using it, because there is no space. I don't why I'm using it here. So we define 4 types, right? Now if I say array 1, so it means that there is going to be index values, right? So that's how we actually access the array 0, 1, 2, 3. Now if you suppose going to be set some values like this 1, 2, okay, don't want to, 45, 46, and 47, right? So okay, 4 values, so it will take 48. 48 is my lucky number, right? So 45, 46, 47, 48. Actually, it's not my lucky number, sorry. So there are 4 numbers, right? And if you have to access these numbers, right? So the location where it is going to, so suppose you don't know where is your 47, right? So for that, you need something like this, array 1, and define the value. Suppose you want to access 45, no, 45, right? And when you x, now x will store the value 45, right? And similarly, if you increase the 1, if you go into 1, so x will store the value 46, right? So this is called index, right? So you must have to know about it. This is index value, and the counting start from not from 1, it's from 0, right? So most of people make joke of it. So basically programmers start counting from 0, right? So this you must have to remember that. And this is by default, actually the programmer has defined that you must have to start from 0, right? So there's the foundation. You can make your own compiler if you want, I'm not going to limit you, but by convention we have this, right? 0. Okay, let's go back. So this is we got an array. So if I print this, should we get anything or not? Let's check it. Let's print both, right? So if you look here, the thing that I want to demonstrate or show you here. So you will see that the variable array might not have been initialized, right? So you have declared the array type, but it's not initialized, so it will not going to take, right? So it will not going to do anything. So it will give you an error because there is no idea that how much memory you want, because when any program is running, so in that time the memory is getting allocated, you see the error, right? Your array might not have been initialized, so this is the name of array, right? So this is an array name, actually not initialized, so remove this. And we also have to remove this. So actually one thing that I would like to tell you about new, right? So new is actually used when just generalize, right? So when we have to initialize the object, right? Any object. So here is the array, but any object when you have to initialize, so the programmer has made a convention that you have to use new keywords, right? So when you use new keywords, you are actually initializing the new objects, right? An object which is type array 1. Suppose, for example, let's take an example here. And we actually have seen this where, if you remember, we have seen this in scanner when we are going to take the values, right? So if you remember, I promise that I will tell you about it, right? So input, when you have to take the input, this input is a variable, right? You can name anything. Yeah, it should not like, yeah, you must have to run this new scanner, right? System dot input. So when you see this, right, so you will find that there is input right here, and we are using new, right? So we are actually making an object of scanner, right? Scanner is a class available, or it is already written somewhere, right? Huge number of lines. So we call it this method as encapsulation, right? So this is perfect encapsulation, that we are not seeing anything about a scanner, right? But just we are initially creating the object. So what is encapsulation? Encapsulation, actually I'm not going to tell you the definition right now because later we'll cover in next video. So basically it's a property of object-oriented programming, right? So new is basically creating an object, right? So that's what I have to tell you. Okay, let's run this again. Actually, I think it's only going to print null array. So yeah, you can see that there is only ID is printed, right? So this is an ID, right? Somewhere location. You can say that this is the your address of memory, or I don't know what it is, but you can say that, right? So here's one, right? So you can see. Okay, so now we have to assign some values here. Suppose 3, 4, 5. Right? We have to make the comment here. This, right? Now we have to, right? We are forming an array of type this, right? And you must have to remember that the first thing that we are doing, we are using this you can say that the square brackets, right? And this is the curly braces we are using here to initialize an array. So if you run this program, what we see, okay, you still see nothing, it's only ID, right? But if you want to access the elements, so as I've told you, right? So you need to give some values here. 0. So if you want to access 2, we have to give the index value, right? I've told you about it. Right, you will see the 2, right? Now the question is arises that you can see the 2, right? Yeah, this is 2. It's printed. If I change this value, right? Let's say I do this 2. So this what this time what we're going to print? 3. No, because 0, 1, 2. It's going to print 4, right? So if I click here, you will see that is 4, right? And what if I, let's say that there are 4 elements, right? So if I give the value 4, what imagine? or what would you say about it? So this will going to give you, I think, error. Yeah. You could say here saying that the index out of bounds exception. So basically there is no index, right? So this is size of 4, but index we got is from 0 to 3, right? So you must have to understand these things, right? What if I have to print all the elements in this situation, right? Okay. All right. So here we see that the summing elements in arrays. So basically, generally, we're going to look about the how to um, iterate the values, right, from the arrays using some loop, right? So we're going to see about it. So we all know about the for loop, right? And this is where I is equal to 0 to I should not greater than equal to array 1 dot length I plus plus. That's how I. Right now, you will see that this I is going to work as the index value, right? And now don't have to print. We have to print the array elements. So for that, we have to give I into the square brackets of array, right? So now this is going to work as index value, and you can see that here. So this is going to give error, right? Expected error, because I'm doing here. Okay, if I have to explain this program, how to explain you? Okay, let me explain. You don't know it. Yeah. So you can see here. So first actually is taking the array length, right? So considering the whole array length, and whole array length is going to be 4, right? And 4 values are printed, but when in case I4, that the case that I have shown you earlier, that array 1 I4 is going to be array index out of bounds exception, right? So this is one of the error. So how to encounter this error? Firstly, so we actually have to deal with logic here, right? So the logic is this: if we do this, right? So in that case, if I is going to be 4 and the length is going to be 4 and this is going to be false, and that's how your loop is going to be stopped, right? Yeah. Now you will see that proper coding code. Right. Okay. So now that's what we want, to run program without any error. So you can see 2, 3, 4, 5 is perfect. The next thing that we need to do is this. Suppose we have to sum up the whole elements, right? Let's sum the whole elements. So let's define our integer value here, and sum is equal to 0, right? And what we need to do is sum plus is equal to array1, which is going to I. So it will going to sum the values, right? So what does it mean plus? I think that you must be knowing about it. If you don't know, then you could get this one. This means that sum plus, right? Generally. So what we do is we use this operator, which is simplification of the sum plus, which is operand plus, right? And okay, let me print this. Now if we print sum, so we have got the loop sum, right? So how sum is working here? You must be knowing about it. This is a string, right? And this concatenation operator plus, and the sum is actually a variable, and it will not going to take any code values. And the next thing, sum final. Let's run it. Yeah, loop sum true, right? 5, 2, 3, 5, then 5, 4, 9 plus 14. So then sum final is going to be 14, right? So that's how you can check out the whole thing. The next topic that we have to cover is the enhanced for loop. So suppose we have, so you might be seeing that the 3 lines of code are used, right? So this might be seems very lengthy, right? So don't worry, there's one enhanced for loop is available, as you know. And this loop basically says that for each, and say that I here, right? Okay. And the value is going to be array1 here. Array1, that's how. Okay, this way. So if you know about Python, right? So okay, this is not for each. It's fine. Yeah. Actually, yeah, it's maybe for yeah. So actually, I was thinking because okay, for it will going to work as for each, right? So what it does is it will iterate the array, right? So there are 4 elements. So it takes the one value here, right? One here, and then we're going to print this value, and we're going to take the next value, which is going to 3, right? So it will going to iterate the whole value, and it will iterate till the whole array is not going to be finished, right? And in previous example, we have seen, okay, if I show you, I'll show you the things that what we have done. Yes. So we were doing this, right, in previous example. south I. Now, I. So in previous example we have done this, but now we've got to do something different and something interesting. So for that purpose we will do for each loop, right? So when for each, so let's say that you want a value like j, right? Okay. At the array 1 from, and you want to iterate from array 1, which is this array value, right? And now write your statement as out print j. So what is the difference here? Now you see that j is going to be a particular data type, which is going to be object, and here I is working as index, and you are assigning it to array, right? So this is different, right? So you can see the complexity of this whole program and understand it. Now your task is going, so there's no problem of this, right? Firstly, you don't have to increment anything, which is an accessory in your actually underneath all task is going same that you are seeing here, but this is we call abstraction, right? So you're not seeing the lower level implementation what is going over there, but you are mainly focused over the simplicity of it, right? So that's why it's known as the enhanced for loop. Enhanced for loop, right? So okay, let's print both here. Let's solve. This is for each loop. For each is not a keyword, any keyword, but actually the same type of, but you will be only here is colon, right? So then we are using semicolon, here is colon. The main difference is this. So if I run this program, so this is for each loop. Now you see that the elements are getting printed here, right? And one thing I would like to explore more here. Okay, if I change the value, I want to change the value, suppose a 0th position, and I want to make it 100, right? Which means that I want to change this 2 as replace this as 100. So how to replace that value, right? So to replace that, I'm using this and then using assignment operator, and then this is 100, right? What we want to assign. So if I run this, you will see that this is going to be change the value of array 1, which is our variable, right? So you will see that this is 100 over here, 3, 4, 5, and this is for each loop, 100, 3, 4, 5, right? So what we have to do, the next thing, okay, now next thing that we have to see is the multidimensional arrays. So multidimensional arrays are basically used when we have the data like, so suppose if you have to make this array, like this copy of this array. Okay, let's wipe out whole thing. Okay. So suppose I want to make this array as multidimensional array. Okay. 9, 10. So this is our multidimensional array, right? We have to see an error. So illegal initializer for int. So initializer is where this is your initializer. So you have to put one more square bracket, right? So there are two square brackets, which means that this is going to be multidimensional, right? So how to access this array? The important question is this, right? And everyone understand this, right? This is how to going to be multi-dimensional 2, 3, 4. Let me show you how it will going to store the value, right? So if you have a little idea about programming, so this is known as how it will going to store the data in our memory, right? So there are actually at lower level, you can say that there are two ways of storing. There is uh, row major order, row major order, and the other is column major order, right? So what does it mean that how multidimensional arrays are stored in our consider this, right? Suppose this is your multidimensional array, right? So this is suppose your row and this is your column, and the index, you know that this is 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So suppose there's going to be, okay, let me take that example so it will be more easy for us. Okay, here, friends. So it will be more easy, right? If we take this example. Now, so how we store this value, right? Suppose talking about row. So you will see that this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, right? So let's make it this way. Right? So assume that, okay, this is really hard the configuration after you. This is your 0th position, this is your 1 position further, this is 0 position, this is 1 position, this is 2nd position, this is 3rd position, this is first 0th position, this is 1st position, this is 2nd position, right? So if you have to access 3, what you need to do is you need to put like this 0 and 1, right? So that's how you can access the 3, and how this is going to be stored in your memory, so something like this. You can think of it like this. This is 0 here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, and this will going to be stored, I think, that null value or whatever, I don't know about it. Let's check it, right? Don't worry about it. So if we have checked this value, right? If I run this program like this, and what will happen? So this will going to give an error, I think. Yeah. So another value can be like, suppose you have to access 3, so this is 0, and this is first, right? So 0, and the second element which is going to be first element, right? So let's say that 0 and the second element which is 1. That's problem. Here there is an extra. Sometimes it happens. So if you're going to print, there is no program. So you'll see that student print 3. And if we don't put 1, so it will going to print the whole values of 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess. Let's check it. Okay, it will not going to print, right? So you must have to write the whole thing. Okay, if I have to check the length of it, is it still working or not? Let's see. Yeah, actually length is showing that this is your length, right? So the actually considering your main array, right? So that's how it is telling your length. So it is already fine. So that's it, right? I think that is finished. So this is multi-dimensional arrays. You can declare three-dimensional array as well that you want, right? So that's how you can play with it, and we will solving more problems over it, and we will looking at the real world examples, right? So that's how we will dealing these things, or this will be easy for us to learn more about the programming, right? So thanks for watching, and in next video we'll looking about the object-oriented program, which is the core. You can say that this is the heart of the Java programming, core Java programming. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.